And oh, it's still too dark. Alright, hi everyone. It's me, Sailor Minimoon Rini here. And today, you're probably thinking, why am I actually gonna have two films on this YouTube Fairway instead of one? But it is what it is. Alright, so there were two likenesses of me. That one over there and this one here. So, anyway, a lot of folks might say, oh, well, they might say, oh, Sailor Minimoon. They might say, Rini, well, if you shift the timer ahead, shouldn't it be bright already? Well, yes and no, because it's still something that's ongoing. And it only starts to get bright around 7. But that's not enough time. Most likely around April or May, around that time, is probably where it's actually going to be getting bright around 5. So by the time I'm actually making these films, I still won't have to have the light on anymore. Which so yeah. All right. So if we know the film that we know the film that Sailor Venus made, so more of a follow up to that. So a lot of folks have a belief that the only ones out there that would, have hate for the Dic And Cloverway offshoots of Sailor Moon would be kids, but that's not true. Not only kids or tweens, but grown ups too. The folks that I have heard, that I've talked with, or I saw their films, are the ones that are all grown up. You know, the things that they bitch about are things that a lot of folks would not bitch about. Oh, the show players, the ones that do the speaking, they bitch about how they don't fit the South Hoods. Well, who would you want to fit the South Hoods? I know that they can't be lifelike, and I know in your mind that some of these folks bitch about the show playing, but come on. I mean, it's in English, you can understand it. Why would you bitch about that? And I don't know, they just bitch about it and say, oh, they don't fit, they're not good, they're not skilled. Well, how do you know? I know that's a thought and belief, though. I guess they must have been skilled enough to get that kind of work. Another thing that they bitch about are the names being shifted. You know, I don't see why it's such a big deal about names being shifted. I mean, Sailor Moon isn't the only show that had the South Hoods had their names shifted from what they were before. A lot of folks who speak English, they're the names that they know more than any other names, besides the English names, since English is English, since the English besides the English names would be borrowed names, and a lot of them would happen to be Latin and Hellenic borrowed names. So yeah, I don't know why that was a big deal and why that had to be bitched about, but it was. And then there was the bitching about the cleaning. Oh, I don't like it when things are cleaned. Yeah, about why some of the overtop fighting was cleaned, like some of the fighting was cleaned out. Why some of the dirty, shameful things that are said from time to time, why that was cleaned out, like curse words and stuff. There wasn't really so much of it, but well, keep in mind that the folks at Dic And Cloverway wanted their Sailor Moon to be watched by was children. Okay, need be in the rest of the world, that would have the stuff that they were showing would have been all right, but back then it wasn't seen to be all right. So Deke had to follow the oversight, and if they didn't follow the oversight, or Cloverway didn't follow the oversight, then Sailor Moon wouldn't have had any seek of being run in any English speaking land. Um, Unstraight folk being treated unright. Well, being handled right would be what I wanted to say. Well, I'm not going to go through there and talk about how they were handled. You know, yes, there were some folks that were unstraight in Sailor Moon, but I think that they were handled well. I don't think there was anything that was done wrong or anything that was done shameful. But yes, there were a lot of folks that felt that that was wrong on the Farseer back then. So Deke had to make a lot of shifts, and Cloverway had to make some shifts too. But at the end of the day, I don't think the unstraight folk on Sailor Moon were handled badly. I think they were handled more good than with, say, other shows that were going on at that time. And another thing that these folks like to do is they like to go around and say, oh, it's in English. Yeah, you speak English. So it would be in a speech that you speak and understand. I'm sure some of you folks speak more than one speech, but I don't really think you speak the speech. I don't really know if you speak Japanese or Dawnlanders. Maybe some of you folks do, but a lot of folks during that time, if they were learning another speech, it wasn't that speech. So yeah, it wasn't English, alright? I don't know why you folks who speak English would get mad that it was in your speech. And the one last thing about it is, this is not what Nako Takaguchi didn't want. She hates it. That was a lie. A made up song and tale. Nako Takaguchi and Toei were the ones that got Dic And Cloverway to bring Sailor Moon to the English speaking world. The only thing that Nako Takaguchi didn't like was Sailor Stars and how it was handled by Toei, but that had nothing to do with the English offshoot at the time that Dic And Cloverway did. So making that up and make everyone believe that lie doesn't make you right. Alright? You don't like it, fine, you don't like it, but making something up like that isn't going to say why you're right for not liking it. At the end of the day, I don't really know where the hate came from. When I first started making films way back in 2008 YL when I first started, there was folks out there that hated Deke, that hated Cloverway's offshoot of Sailor Moon, and they went as far to say that folks who were followers of that Sailor Moon weren't true Sailor Moon followers. Like, where does that come from? Going around saying that, oh, well, you're not a true Sailor Moon follower because you like the English work. Then you have Viz, which most likely just offshooted from Toei, and all they really did was shift the speech, and you folks love that. Funny about how you hate the Dic And Cloverway one, but you love the Toei, you love the Viz one, and don't tell me, oh, don't say you only like the Toei, you like the Viz one because there was no cleaning and the names weren't shifted. Yeah, but it was still in English, and yeah, they still had unlike, but whatever. But the only grounds to why Viz ever got the rights to work with Sailor Moon was that there were a lot of folks out there that liked Sailor Moon, and a lot of folks that grew up with the Dic and the Cloverway Sailor Moon, and if it wasn't for folks liking that, there wouldn't have been no Viz one if the Dic And Cloverway Sailor Moon didn't work out. You can't go, I never understand this hatred, but it is what it is. Alright? I'm Sailor Mini Moon Reenie, and I hope you like this film. Bye.